Hey, welcome to today's episode of Topical English Vocabulary with teacher Tiffany. In this week's lesson, I am going to teach you 5 English vocabulary words related to the topic of education. That's right. Your goal is to speak English fluently like a native English speaker. So you are studying English. You're trying to improve yourself. You're gaining more knowledge. But what happens when someone wants to have a conversation with you about education? I want to give you the tools. I want to give you the vocabulary you will need to speak confidently about this topic and to speak fluently about this topic in English. So my friend, are you ready? Well then, let's jump right in. I'm teacher Tiffany. Let's do it. Here we go. So the very first word I want to teach you is curriculum. Yes, again after me, curriculum. Excellent. Now, this is a word that I guarantee will come up during any conversation about education, specifically when you are talking about teachers having to give their students things in hand, whether it be lesson plans or things of that nature. This term curriculum will come up. Now, let me break down the definition. Curriculum, it just refers to the subjects and courses that are taught in a particular educational program. What are you teaching? What's the breakdown? For example, students in my academy, I run the Speak English with Tiffani Academy. Would love for you to join us. Come on over. You can go to the link or you can go to www.dailyenglishLessons.com. Again, dailyenglishLessons.com. And in my program, I have a specific curriculum. 365 days of English lessons. Students in my program, I call them family members. Each day they learn something new to help them improve their English and to finally speak English fluently. I have a specific curriculum. Makes sense, right? Excellent. All right. So I want us to look at these example sentences using this term curriculum. The first example sentence is, the school is planning to revise its curriculum to include more STEM, S-T-E-M, subjects. That refers to engineering, math, science, and technology, right? So again, the school is planning to revise or change its curriculum to include more STEM subjects. The second example sentence is, the curriculum for the history class covers various time periods and civilizations. And finally, the students said that this year's curriculum is a bit too difficult. You got it, right? Now, again, if you're listening to this podcast and you're wishing you could follow along, don't worry. All you have to do is check your email. Now, hopefully you're already on the email list. Every single day from Sunday to Friday, I send out an email with new vocabulary words based on topics. And today I am giving you the audio version. I'm giving you the video version for those watching on YouTube to help you understand the words in today's English vocabulary email. Now, again, if you're not getting the email, it's totally free. All you have to do is go to dailyenglishvocabulary.com. But if you have it in front of you, you're following along with me, reading the sentences as I am reading them to you. So again, the very first word is curriculum. Excellent. All right. Again, we're talking about the topic of education. So the next word, again, another important vocabulary word that if you want to talk about this topic of education, you must know. The second English vocabulary word is syllabus. Good. Again, after me, syllabus. Great job. Now, what is a syllabus? Maybe you've never heard this word before. So a syllabus is literally an outline or summary of topics to be covered in a course of study. So let's say, for example, you are currently in college or you were in college many years ago. And when you went to your first class, the teacher gave you something in your hand. And the teacher laid out everything you would be studying that semester. He or she told you what books you needed, what classes you were going to be taking, again, what you were going to learn each class of the semester. That was a syllabus. Once again, an outline or summary of topics to be covered in a course of study. Maybe you're taking a computer science course. Well, you need to study C++. You need to study JavaScript. These are different coding languages, right? A syllabus breaks down the topics you will be studying. So again, a very important word for you to know, understand, and be able to use when you're speaking about this topic, education. So once again, the second vocabulary word is syllabus. Very good. Here are 3 example sentences. The very first one. The syllabus provides students with a clear overview of the course expectations and topics. The second example sentence. I decided to review my syllabus after my first class. And the third example sentence. Make sure to review the syllabus before starting the assignment. You got it? Excellent. So again, the second English vocabulary word you need to know, comprehend, and be able to use is syllabus. We've learned 2 so far. First, you got it, curriculum. Second, syllabus. Here we go. The third word is assessment. Good. Again, after me, assessment. Excellent. Now, this term assessment, it just refers to the process of evaluating student learning or performance. Once again, the process of evaluating student learning or performance. And what I want you to think about when you're thinking about this word, I want you to imagine being in a classroom and you're studying with a teacher. Maybe it's me, Tiffani, right? I can remember when I was in South Korea teaching my students one-on-one or in a classroom, right? In a physical environment. And after about 3 to 4 weeks of studying with me, midway, they would have to get assessed. I had to check their progress. I had to see how they were doing. So we had an assessment period where I was checking to see or evaluating how much they had learned and what their performance was at that time. An assessment. Makes sense, right? Okay, let's check out the example sentences. Here we go. The teacher uses various assessments to measure students' understanding of the material. Next, the final exam is a comprehensive assessment of the semester's content. And finally, the assessment results will be used to determine the student's grade. You got it? Excellent. All right. So again, the third English vocabulary word you need to know, you need to understand and be able to use in real life when speaking about education is assessment. Good. The first one, curriculum. Good. The second one, syllabus. Excellent. And the third one, assessment. Very good. All right. Number 4, the fourth English vocabulary word you need to know in order to use it in real life situations when speaking about speaking about education is instruction. Good. Again, instruction. Very good. All right. Now, this term instruction, it just means the act of teaching or providing information. Once again, the act of teaching, what I'm doing right now, or providing information. What I'm doing right now, whether you're watching me on YouTube, whether you're listening to me on the podcast, I am instructing you. I am teaching you information. I'm providing you with information. This is instruction. This audio podcast, this video podcast, instruction. Why? Because you're receiving information. I am teaching you something. I am providing you with information that will help you speak English fluently about this topic, education. Makes sense, right? All right, here we go. So the first example sentence, the teacher's instruction was clear and easy to follow. Hopefully, my instruction is also clear and easy to follow. Here we go. Next, we have the online course provides step-by-step instruction on problem-solving techniques. Excuse me. Let me do that one again. The second one. Again, if you're following along, looking at your email, you'll see that we're going to do number 2 first, all right? The online course provides step-by-step instructions for completing assignments. One more time, this is the second example sentence. The online course provides step-by-step instructions for completing assignments. And the third example sentence is, the students benefited from the teacher's explicit instruction on problem-solving techniques. You got it? Excellent. All right. So the fourth English vocabulary word you need to know in order to speak about the topic of education is instruction. So the first word we had, curriculum. Good memory. The second word, syllabus. Very good. The third word, assessment. Excellent. And the fourth word, instruction. Excellent. Very good. Now, the fifth English vocabulary word you need to know in order to speak about this topic of education fluently and like a native English speaker, the word is lecture. Good. Again, lecture. Great job. All right. Now, what is a lecture? A lecture is just a formal talk given to a group of people, usually in an educational setting. Once again, a formal talk given to a group of people, usually in an educational setting. What is coming to mind right now? Maybe you're envisioning being in high school, being in university, and sitting in those chairs, looking at your instructor, looking at your professor as he or she provided you with information. That was a lecture. A formal talk. The teacher has prepared information to deliver to you, a lecture. This is interesting, isn't it? I'm sure you're noticing that we have quite a few synonyms, right? Lecture, instruction, similar words, similar meanings, right? Different words with similar meanings. Giving you these vocabulary words to help you speak about this topic of education. So you understand what the term lecture means. But what are 3 sentences? Here we go. The first one. The professor delivered an informative lecture on the history of art. Once again, the professor delivered an informative lecture on the history of art. Next, the students took notes during the lecture to review the key points later. And finally, the guest speaker gave an inspiring lecture on entrepreneurship. Make sense? Excellent. All right. So the fifth English vocabulary word we have is lecture. So we've learned 5 new English vocabulary words, all about the topic of education. Very quick review before we go to the paragraph. First word, curriculum. Very good. Second word, syllabus. Excellent. Third word, assessment. Excellent. Third word was assessment. What's the fourth word? Instruction. Very good. And the fifth word, lecture. Excellent. We have curriculum, syllabus, assessment, instruction, and lecture. Now it's time for us to look at a paragraph that includes each of these 5 words. You understand the meaning of these words now, right? I want you to listen to this paragraph that includes each of these words. Here we go. Education plays a vital role in equipping individuals with the knowledge and skills they need to navigate the educational system. Understanding the curriculum helps students comprehend the subjects and courses offered in their educational program. By reviewing the syllabus, students gain a clear overview of the topics they will cover in their studies. Through continuous assessment, teachers evaluate students' progress and understanding. Effective instruction provides students with the necessary information and guidance to succeed. Attending lectures allows individuals to engage in formal talks that expand their knowledge and understanding of various subjects. Now, I'm sure you heard each of the 5 English vocabulary words that we learned today. This is what happens when you understand words related to the topics. Even when you learn words or hear words that you've never heard before, you can kind of guess the context, guess the meaning. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget, if you want to continue learning new words every single day, go to www.dailyenglishvocabulary.com, join the free email newsletter, and get new vocabulary words every single day. And I'll talk to you in the next lesson.